I'm really interested in this video. I really want to bring back my sprinting routine. Let's see if I can be sold in doing it. Let's see the insane benefits of sprinting.
Watch any track and field event, and you will notice a profound difference in the body types of long-distance runners versus those who only sprint short distances. While long-distance runners are known for being thin and toned, sprinters present as muscular and ripped, almost looking like natural athletic bodybuilders in many cases.
That's very true.
So what's causing this extreme difference in body composition among runners, and how can it be taken advantage of to create a more
It's very true. When you see like long distance runners, they look like the thin Kenya guy over here. And then when you see like the 100-meter sprinters, they're all just very ripped and have much more higher muscle mass. Why is that? Let's find out.
athletic and healthy body? As opposed to long-distance running and other forms of aerobic training, which use slow-twitch muscle fibers, sprinting utilizes almost exclusively fast-twitch fibers. These muscle fibers, which are also targeted in most strength training exercises, are much larger than slow-twitch fibers.
Boom, there you go. So sprinting really emphasizes fast twitch muscle fibers, which I guess are more dense than slow twitch muscle fibers. So when you're building out your large twitch muscle fibers, you're getting bigger looking, which is really cool. I like the idea of sprinting, short, powerful bursts over long distance running. Just as a athlete myself, this is really cool to see like how the anatomy changes based upon long distance versus sprinters.
Especially when regularly trained. This alone will cause greater increases in muscle mass over endurance style training. But on top of this, higher intensity, fast twitch exercises produce more testosterone and growth hormone. This is especially true of sprinting, with increases of up to 2,000% seen in growth hormone production.
Okay, that's massively insane.
In fact,
Okay, I'm sold. I'm getting back to sprinting, boys.
I couldn't find any other physical activity that altered growth hormone to this degree. This promotes longevity, injury healing, and fat loss while helping to maintain muscle mass in the process. In a meta-analysis of other studies, sprint interval training was found to reduce body fat percentage 40% more than high-intensity interval training, which is itself known for its incredible fat loss.
Okay, I hope he highlights like what a sprint interval training routine looks like, because HIIT to me, high interval intensity training is sprint training, because you do like 30 to 60 seconds sprinting, 30 to 60 seconds walking, 30, and you repeat the process for 8 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever system you're on. So you're sprinting in intervals. So I don't really know the difference between sprint interval training, and HIIT. Hopefully he explains it.
Potential. The same meta-analysis also found that compared to traditional long-distance cardio, sprinting decreased body fat 92% more. And on top of this, the sprint training took far less time to complete than either the high-intensity interval training or the steady-state cardio, making it possibly the best minimalist fat loss and body recomposition tool available. Another obvious benefit of sprinting is increased explosiveness and high-intensity endurance, which translates very well to most other forms of athletics and is more likely to be needed in most life-threatening situations than longer and slower-paced endurance. And finally, sprinting increases the strength and efficiency of the spinal engine, a complex system of kinetic energy transfer between the lower body and the spine, which takes part in all other forms of athletic power generation.
That's pretty cool. I know that a lot of people are sedentary today, right? And so we have a lot of lower back pain or just tautness in the lower back. And maybe if you can build yourself up, remember, you're not going to be able to sprint hard in the beginning if you haven't sprinted in a very long time. So don't listen to your body and going like, oh, I'm getting old and I can't do it. What you're doing is you just stop moving. And so your system, your spinal cord is calcifying, actually. To get hard, that fluidity in it is hardening. And so you need time to just get used to the mobility action before you start doing full-blown sprints. So if you do decide to start this after this video, don't worry about your neurological system and your calcifying of your bones because you've been so sedentary. That will loosen up over time. But the benefits of doing this, like maybe this is the play that like you don't need a lot of time doing 10 miles a day, distance running, 2 hours, whatever it is. You can just do sprints for maybe 10 minutes 3 times a week. I don't know. Let's see if we have a sit routine here.
Including upper body movements like throwing and punching. making sprinting ideal for any athlete whose sport requires power generation. If you're new to sprinting, here are a few basic form cues to help you get started.
I lost my audio because I got excited shadow boxing.
First, be sure to push hard off the ground. With many people finding it useful to imagine that they're pushing the ground back like a cartoon character, as opposed to pushing yourself forward. This strongly activates the posterior chain muscles, which are the main drivers of running speed. Next, be sure to run tall and bring the knees up high off the ground, ideally somewhere at or just beneath parallel with the ground. This allows room for the maximum firing of the posterior chain and maximum extension of the hips. And lastly, stay relaxed. It seems counterintuitive when performing an all-out activity such as sprinting, but efforting at 100% often creates too much tension in the body and stifles speed. I've seen most athletes actually speed up when told to run at 90% effort because it loosens them up just enough to let the body flow with the necessary movements.
I think that's very, very true. When you're running even at high and maximum speed, you are so loose that if you're putting effort in like the guy here, you're not doing it right. And I think this is a good way to see maximum effort is this fluidity at 90%.
The most common way to set up a sprint workout is sprint interval
Let's go. Okay, here it is.
training. This can be done a number of ways, but is usually set up as a series of 20 or 30-second sprints with 4 to 5 minute breaks in between each. A common
4 to 5 minute breaks? That's insane. When I was in college and high school, we would do 40-yard sprints, and the only wait we got was until the whole line got down. Once everyone finished, you had to go back immediately. So it was maybe 30 seconds, and those were hard, man. So maybe I'll start with more 60-second breathers in between, and then work myself at the 30 seconds. 4 to 5 minutes in between sprints, you're going to go cold.
common workout would be to start with a 5 to 10 minute jog in order to warm up.
I agree with that. Maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
Then some light stretching or mobility work.
Agree with that.
Followed by 4 20-second sprints with a 4-minute rest in between each.
4 to 5 20-second. Okay, I'm going to try 15. He's doing 20-second, though. It doesn't take 20 seconds to do 40 yards. It takes, 5 to 7. So maybe we doing 100 yards 4 to 5 times with a 4-minute rest. Okay, so maybe I should try longer sprinting. I'll try both.
Each, and some light stretching in order to cool down. As you get more used to the training, you can add sprints and begin to increase or vary sprint distances.
There we go.
You can also use variations of sprints to add difficulty and to change the nature of the training.
And an update. I started sprinting again. I went out there. I warmed up for a few minutes, light jogs. I'm going to give you an update. I pulled my hamstring on my 4th sprint. I did 20 seconds. I didn't rest for 4 or 5 minutes in between. I did 3 20-second ones. I just walked back down. I was pretty good. After the walk down, started again. And on my 4th one, I'm like, damn, I still got it. And right out the gate on my 4th one, pulled the old left hamstring. I'm going to be out for a couple weeks. So make sure that you don't go 90%, 80% up front if you haven't done your sprinting in a long time. Just go 50%. Get the body reintroduced. Don't do what I did. That's just my small advice. Please let me know if you're interested in sprinting again or incorporating this in your workout routines. I would feel great that you were inspired to work a little bit harder on your body and your physique because of this video. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.